Hi everybody, this is Sarah. I am going to walk you through how I made my electronic Winter Wonderland card. It has a battery in it and lights up with the shaker in the back, and the sequins reflect on the vellum and make a really pretty kaleidoscope or stained glass look. So this is really pretty easy to make. It's time intensive because you have to cut some parts out and be a little bit precise if you want to have this like shaker element plus the window and everything that moves. It's a lot of fun, and if you just want to put together some art and craft a little bit, then I think it's a great time. Okay, so you definitely are going to need some sequins. I buy this multi bag on Amazon pretty inexpensively, but get some sequins or some iridescent glitter or some reflective glitter and you'll be set with that. You need a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and you're going to want to make a box out of it. So I followed the Mixed Up Crafts box card, gatefold box card to make this. The next thing you're going to need is to cut out a couple pieces of coordinating paper for the front and the back. That makes this front piece here and then the back piece here. And you can see I used silver, I used silver on one side and I used snowflakes on the other and wrapped the silver around. On this one I'm going to use just the coordinating. I have enough to use just the coordinating music notes. So anyway, you're going to cut that at 5.5 inches, and that gives you a 1/4 inch around. And then on the inside here, you're going to want to cut out the middle for your vellum piece. And you can play around with this, but I cut it from the bottom up. It's 1.5 inches. And from all the other 3 sides, I cut in 1 inch, and I cut a square out of the middle. And that makes it big enough so that the battery, if you look at this, right, because all of this will be taped in or glued in, but you see there's a place for the battery to sit that's big enough so that it's can still wrap over, but you can still have the battery sit down in there and not be poking out. Okay, and you need a coin cell battery. So you can get these on Amazon or at the drugstore or whatever. They go on a lot of things. Okay, so you need 2 of those. And if it's directional, make sure you have the direction correct. I put a little arrow pointing which direction is up on the back of my pieces of paper, so there's that. Okay, so that's the paper. Then from one of the corners that you cut out of the 12 by 12 piece of paper, just, take a piece and cut 2. That'll make the hinge for that'll make this hinge back here, right? So you need the hinge so it goes up and down. And then you need a little battery housing. So just take a scrap piece of paper, wrap it around your battery, and make it so that it fits and covers the whole battery, both sides. Okay. For the chipboard, you can also use a piece of cardboard if you have one thick enough. This is, how big is this chipboard? I should tell you that probably. It's 1/8 of an inch thick, approximately. So to make this work, you need actually 4 layers of this. So if you have a thick piece of cardboard from like an Amazon box, that would work too. But so you're gonna make 2 5-inch squares, and then you're gonna cut the middle out of these at 1/2 inch in, and I think I have it on this piece. Yeah. So it's 1/2 inch side to side at the bottom, and then from the bottom up to this is 1 inch. So it actually kind of makes a Polaroid looking frame to it. Okay. And then you're going to cut out 2 5-inch by 1 inch pieces, and those will be your layers. So it's going to sandwich together like this, right? One layer like that, then you're going to put another layer like that, and the top layer like that. And then at the top you need 2 1/2 inch by 1 inch pieces. Sorry, 1/2 inch by 5 inch pieces up at the top. And those will layer together. So you'll end up with a sandwich like that. And you'll put your 2 pieces of paper over the top and fold the edges around and have a nice finished looking piece. You also need a piece of acetate, and this is 4.5 by 4.5 to sit in here, and that's going to be 4.5 by 4.5. That's going to sit in the bottom to hold your glitter and sequins in. I need a piece of vellum, so I made mine. This is just a scrap piece of vellum I have, so yeah, just make sure that it fits your opening. You can trim off the excess when you're done. All right. And then of course any other, like, if you want to have any other decorations or anything, or if you want to ink the back or anything along those lines. All right, I'm going to assemble, and I will put all these layers together, and I will be with you once all this is glued up. Okay, so I've glued everything in place. I put the little flap in, I've glued most of the sandwich together, and now I need to put this piece on. And what I've done is I've punched a hole right in the middle that fits my LED, and I'm using a white LED. It'll reflect better, and it'll just fit, so it'll poke through here like this, and this is what I'm going to use to hold that. Now, importantly with the LED, the long wire is the positive, and the negative is the short wire. So when you make your circuit, and this is really simple, but when you make your circuit, you have to have the plus wire touch with the copper tape, right? You're going to use your copper tape to make your circuit, but you're going to have the plus side touch the plus side of the battery, and the minus side touch the minus side of the battery for the switch. And this is going to make the switch. So with that being said, after I pop this in here, and I should tell you, the plus and the minus can't touch except in that switch when they come together on both sides of the battery. So I'm going to pop that in, and then I'm going to find some pliers, and I'm going to get this so that it will lay flat. I'm going to have to bend these wires that are coming out of the LED. So I'm going to find my pliers, and I'll be right back. I have my wires, or my pliers, and so remember the long one is the positive. I don't want to break this, I just want to bend it, right? And you know, there's a lot of different LEDs. I mean, you can buy the flat sticky ones from, I think, Chivitronics. There's sewable ones. These are the ones you can get pretty inexpensively. So, okay. So remember, the long one is positive, the other one is negative. And I'm just going to give myself a little space because I do have some space here. And I'm going to pop this through and see what it looks like now. Okay. So let's see if I can get in here a little bit better. Okay, so you can see here I've got the plus and the minus. I'm going to just back out again. I'm going to cut a little piece of my copper tape. I'm going to tape these down so I know that I'm going to get a good connection. You can buy this copper tape on Amazon, so I recommend, well, you can buy it there, you can buy it wherever you want, so, okay. And just remember, the plus and the minus, they can't touch, so separate them a little bit, right? And that'll help you out a little bit here. And you want a really good connection, so make sure that you burnish these down a little bit. Okay. And to burnish it, you can use your bone folder or the back of a ruler or whatever you want to use. I'm going to use the back of a paintbrush because that's what I've got handy right here. Okay, so that is together, and what I need to do now is I'm going to take it from here, right? This is the sandwich. It's on this side. I'm going to take it here. I'm going to run a piece of tape, 2 pieces of tape, so they come through over and under this, right? All right, so I'm going to work on that, and then I will come back. Come in with some copper tape here. And again, remember, this copper tape needs to be, for the copper tape that's already on there, this piece of copper tape has to be really well connected. So you're going to have to make sure you burnish that. Okay, so now I'm going to do the plus side. So the plus side, remember, cannot touch the negative. Okay, so now it's burnished. I'm going to bring the positive side around and up the top here. Okay, I did a little troubleshooting, and what I had to do was add a little more, burnish this connection to the LED a little bit more, and then also add a little bit more copper to the pads. So now when I put the battery in, voila, it lights up. So and when I take my finger off, it lights off. Ooh, sorry. So I'm gonna just go ahead and turn off a couple lights so I can show you that. And all I can do is encourage you, see, on, off, on, off. Okay, so I encourage you as you proceed on this to always be checking that, not always, but consistently check that circuit as you do steps to make sure that you haven't broken it, because you don't want to get to the finished card and not have it work. Okay, so I finished measuring. I'm gonna just cut this so I have my little door, and then I'm gonna glue everything down, okay? I let it have a little bit of the pearl kind of get around on the piece of vellum. This fits, dry fit everything again, right? And make sure that you have enough foam tape. Like this feels like it's enough, but actually I think I wanna put in an extra layer on here to bring it up just another layer so there's more movement for the shaker on this. So I'm going to do that. And then the other thing I did was dry fit my window on here. Dry fit my window here. Yeah. And cut a hole for the LED and a hole for the battery. And you'll see when it fits on that the little battery door goes right behind that flap so that it will stay closed. You could also use a piece of washi tape if you wanted to, or something like that. So had the time, so I went ahead and did that. Okay, I'm going to add that foam tape, put the sequins in, pop this in, and then I will be back. Okay, so my shaker is put together. You can see I went ahead and put it in. I have those little sequins up top, so now when you shake it, pound it down to the bottom. You see some of them kind of stay up and keep that movement, so there'll always be some sparkle. And I should have said, you know, these trees, I popped up at least half an inch up and a little bit more so that I would be sure they would show up underneath my sequin snow. So, okay, so now we can decorate the outside part here if we want to. Okay, so I have the card decorated now, and I'm going to put my glue cap back on. Keep losing that. And now what I'm going to do is attach the front to the hinge. And I just want to be sure again that I get this lined up so it's even on both sides. I'm going to glue it in place. You know, feel free if you feel comfortable. You know, you can use wet glue, which is what I'm going to do. You can use hot glue at this point, whatever you think is easiest for you. And then I'm going to test everything, and we should be pretty much done. I'm really excited for how this is going to turn out. Okay. Okay, I'm back, and I have finished the card, the decorations, This is actually still drying a little bit on the front, but put a little bit of this self-adhesive snowflake ribbon I had. You can see I have the embossed piece of vellum, and then on the inside, the shaker with my decorations, and then the LED, and this is the little battery case that has a flap so you can open and close it. And when you squeeze it here, you can see, oh, there we go, sorry, the battery flap has it, when you squeeze it, you can see the LED turns on. So, I'm going to try and see if I can't get this to show you the how pretty it is with the light shining on it. So just give me a moment. I'm going to turn off a couple of these lights. So when you open it up and you squeeze the second snowflake, the light turns on. Okay, I tried to get this on video every which way to show you the sparkle, and it was hard. Anyway, I ended up taking some photos. Here they are, so you could see the reflection and the kaleidoscope type of view that you get. It really is just a very pretty card, and I had a lot of fun making it. I hope you all enjoy this. If you do make this, then please, of course, tag me on Instagram. I'd love to see this. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this. Learning how to make a quick circuit. I mean, this is a complicated card in the sense that it takes a little bit of time. But I hope you enjoyed learning how to make that circuit. You could use it for anything, right? You could light up Christmas trees or Rudolph or lanterns or birthday cakes, right? Now that you know how to make the circuit with the copper wire, and really have a good time with this. All right, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think with the comments. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this, and have a wonderful weekend and happy holidays. Bye.